The book of Judges contains historical accounts of godly leaders who brought the Israelites back to a perfect relationship with God. You see, the Israelites kept falling into idolatry, so God used judges to bring the nation back to worship the one true God. One of the judges God used was a man named Samson. This is his story. Around the 11th century BC, the nation of Israel was under oppression by the Philistines for 40 years. A man named Manoah and his wife were the few who remained devoted to God. One day, an angel of the Lord appeared to Manoah's wife and told her that she will bear a son. The angel said to Manoah's wife that the child will be a Nazirite, one who refuses to drink wine, touch dead bodies, and cut his own hair. When Manoah heard of his wife's encounter, they decided to prepare a sacrifice for the angel, not knowing that he was the angel of the Lord. When Manoah and his wife burnt the sacrifice, the angel ascended into heaven. Soon enough, the angel's prophecy came true. Manoah's wife gave birth to a son, and they named him Samson. Samson grew up as a Nazirite. A few years later, when Samson became a man, he fell in love with the Philistine woman. This caused his parents to be very upset, since the Philistines didn't follow the one true God. The Philistines ended up killing his wife, which caused Samson to be zealous for his people. Through God's Spirit, Samson received incredible strength during various trials. On one occasion, while walking, a young lion approached Samson. God gave Samson the ability to rip the lion into pieces. God also gave Samson strength to kill 1,000 Philistines with the fresh jawbone of a donkey. The Spirit of God allowed Samson to lift heavy objects, such as the large city gate of Gaza. The Lord's strength was with Samson, but not for long. After taking the Gaza gate, Samson fell in love with another Philistine woman named Delilah. Seeing the opportunity to kill Samson, the Philistines convinced Delilah to seduce Samson in order to find out Samson's source of power. Delilah begged Samson 3 times to reveal his secret of great strength. However, Samson continually lied to her. When Delilah asked for the 4th time, Samson told Delilah that his hair cannot be cut since he was a practicing Nazirite. That night, Delilah secretly cut Samson's hair. When the Philistines arrived, Samson could not fight them off. The Philistines seized him and gouged his eyes out. A few weeks later, the Philistines had a celebration at a large house to worship their god Dagon. Samson was brought out of prison to entertain the merry crowd. While standing, Samson asked a young man to let him lean against the 2 pillars which the house rested on. Samson asked God for strength in order to avenge the Philistines. Through God's divine will, Samson pushed down the 2 pillars of the house. The whole house collapsed on everyone, including Samson. Samson and all of the Philistines in the house died. Since we now know the life of Samson, we should ask ourselves, how do we apply the story to our own lives? Samson may have been strong on the outside, but inwardly he continued to fall into temptation. In 2 Timothy 2:22, the Apostle Paul commands us to flee youthful lusts and pursue righteousness, faith, love, and peace. When we are tempted, we should always go to Jesus for strength and power. He is faithful, and He will not let us be tempted beyond our ability, but Jesus will provide the way of escape, that we may be able to endure it.